What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. Well, we made it to Friday, and I am very glad for that. It's pretty warm where I'm at. It's warmer than usual. I think it's like, 60 degrees out here today, and it feels pretty good. What a good way to kick off the weekend. Well, I wanted to come to you guys with this video right here. Some of you may or may not know that in May 13th, 1985, the police department, which they claim a black mayor, the mayor of Philadelphia, that's where this story comes out of, back in 1985, bombed a black group that they considered militants called MOVE. They're called MOVE, Now, over the years, there's been just countless atrocities that the enemy has done to our people. You got Black Wall Street. They did that too. And you also had Rosewood. That was both of those was based off of lies. Just to name, a couple. There was always some kind of excuse. But for what I understand with these brothers and sisters right here, it was all about, standing up for themselves and establishing respect, for them and their people and their community. And, like what the government does whenever ours stand up, the first thing they want to do is show force. And so they come with their military might. And that's the same thing, I want to make clear. If and when we do get reparations, have a way, they distribute it or call it that. But if it's any way that's going to better us as a people, be ready to defend it. Be ready to defend it, check your perimeter, and defend your position, because they coming. See, they're coming. That's how they get down. See, let's get into this story right here. Okay, yeah, this group was called MOVE. That was their name. And like this says, drop a bomb on a residential area. I never in my life heard of that. It's like Vietnam. Okay. The Black Liberation Group, MOVE, was founded in 1972 by John Africa, born Vincent Leaphart, living communally in a house in West Philadelphia. Members of MOVE all changed their surnames to Africa, shunned modern technology and materialism, and preached support of animal rights, revolution, and a return to nature. That was their right to do, you know what I'm saying? I don't see any crimes committed there. The first conflict with the law enforcement occurred in 1978 when police tried to evict them from their house. A firefight erupted, killing one police officer and injuring several more on both sides. 9 members of the group were sentenced to 100 years in prison for the officer's killing. In 1981, the group moved to a row house of Osage Avenue. And here's a picture right here to show you. This is May 14th, 1985. What those reprobate government officials did. They gutted a neighborhood with bombs. See, this is what they did. This looks like a desolate area. Men, women, and children and animals died in this right here. See? Okay, let's The city administration discounted negotiations as a method of resolving the problem. Any attempt Any attempted negotiations were haphazard and uncoordinated. Okay. At their new headquarters, MOVE members boarded up the windows, built a fortified rooftop bunker, and broadcasted profanity-laced political lectures with bullhorns at all hours, drawing complaints from neighbors. Members continued to rack up violations, from contempt of court to illegal possession of firearms, to the point where they were considered a terrorist organization by the mayor and police commissioner. Remember, I told y'all that mayor is black. Now they might have been a bit, how can I say it, overzealous. With all times of night blasting bullhorn stuff. There's a time and place for everything. When people be trying to sleep, you're going to make somebody mad doing that. But, to blow the neighborhood up, come on. It really, what it was that the government, centralized government there, looked at this group as a threat and they wanted to shut them down. See? Because they figured if they didn't show strength and might to these brothers and sisters here, that everybody else was going to start getting on board. Next thing you know, they'd be outnumbered and dethroned. And eventually that's what's going to happen anyway. With divine intervention from the Most High himself. It's going to happen. Okay, on the morning of May 13th, 1985, the police moved on the house, arriving with arrest warrants for 4 residents of the house. The police ordered them to come out peacefully. Before long, shooting began. In response to gunfire from inside the house, more than 500 police officers discharged over 10,000 rounds of ammunition in 90 minutes. The house was hit with high-pressure fire hoses and tear gas. But MOVE did not surrender. Despite pleas for de-escalation to the mayor from the city council, President Joseph Coleman, and State Senator Hardy Williams, Police Commissioner, Gregory Sambor, gave the order to bomb the house. Gregory Sambo. Let's call Gregory Sambo that. We'll just call him, instead of Sambor, we're going to just say, remove the R and call him Sambo. Okay, look at this. All it is for a few people. And with all, what you said, 10,000 rounds of ammunition thrown up in their house. And they still couldn't take them down. So what we gonna do? They're not coming out. We finna get a bomb. We gonna throw a bomb on them. Look at all this. Look at that. Yep. That's a shame. Look at this. See, revolution costs. Anytime you stand up, this is what they're going to do. But how many wars can you fight? The mayor's failure to call a halt to the operation on May 12th, when he knew that children were in the house, was grossly negligent and clearly risked the lives of those children. He didn't care. And of course, here we go, right here. Another situation. The cowards, with all it is. This right here is a grenade launcher right here. Well, tear gas canister, whatever. I think it's more like a tear gas canister launcher right there. High-powered shotguns, 38s, service 38s, you know, helmets. Clowns, man. And of course, boom, we got his little 45 with him. See? That's the way it is. This Sambo you see right here, he's got the mentality, if you can't beat him, join him. Give a damn about his people. This is the same type of lowlife right here that would escort the Klan to march through your city. You see what I'm saying? He will be standing guard for him. Look what he's doing here. See a brother with the baby. This place looks like hell, man. Okay, the mayor abdicated his responsibility as a leader when after midday he permitted a clearly failed operation to continue, which posed great risk to life and property. Now, 9 times out of 10, the situation here, the mayor was stood up as a black prop, you see, or should I say proxy, or whatever you want to call it, to do this. But we know it was the enemy behind him pulling the strings, but he stood him up to do it. All right. Okay, at 5:28, a satchel bomb composed of FBI supplied C4 and Tofex TR2, a dynamite substitute, on a 45-second timer was dropped from a state police helicopter, detonating near the forfeited pillbox on the roof of the house. C4 was used in Vietnam. I think they still use C4. Within minutes, a fire had consumed the roof and began to spread. Firefighters, already fearful of being shot at by MOVE members, were told to let the fire burn. The blaze raged out of control, spreading down the block of row houses and hopping the narrow streets. Look at this neighborhood. This would have been a bad time to live in that neighborhood. See, they don't care who they hurt. They don't care what they got to do. They got to establish order, so they say, But they won't establish themselves. See? Now, I'm finna show y'all something. I'm gonna show you something in this picture and another one of these pictures. Now, as we see all up here in this smoke, this is for those of us that has the spiritual eyes to see and spiritual ears to listen, hear. But look at this right here. You see that? Okay, the Most High angels has faces within faces. That means eyes within eyes. All up in here in this smoke. Faces. All one giant face. They see everything. You see? Eyes here, nose there, eyebrows here, eyes here. One big giant face composed of different faces with eyes. All up here in this smoke. Even him. These faces are faces of a lot of the Most High's angels. Angels don't look like what the white man claimed that they look like, little halo and you know what I mean, and all that bull. Nah, they don't look like that. And they always been here watching. Always been here watching. Matter of fact, a lot of the angels look like what we would consider monsters. They'll scare the hell out of you, Who was it? I think it was Elijah. When he encountered an angel in the Bible. And when the angel came, Elijah was very, frightful. He was frightful. And the angel told him, "Fear not. I'm not here to basically do anything to you." Because I think Elijah like fell down on his knee, on his face. It was trembling and everything. See, and I'm telling you, these things, they have that look, that appearance that will make any man tremble. Okay, pretty much any man, anyway. Especially for those that don't know. Here's more chaos right here. Destruction. It took all of this. I don't know how many of the move, members, how many of it was, but you can rest assured they was outgunned and outnumbered by these. See? Okay. We tried to get our children, our animals, ourselves out of that blazing inferno. And as the cops saw us coming out, they opened fire. See, they wanted to kill them. Okay? See? Here's some more faces up here. All y'all gotta do, look closer. They there. This was back in 1985. They see everything. They see everything. They watch everything. These are your record keepers. These are the ones that report back to the Most High himself. See. Look at him. Look at that. See. These are the ones that report back to the Most High himself. They see all the injustices. Use a fire hose, shooting a high power. Oh man. Okay. Now this is another picture right here I want to show y'all. I want y'all to look closely. Okay, you see the idiot standing on this roof with his little, rifle and all that. He has no idea what is looking down at him in that fire. He has no idea whatsoever. Look at that. The main one right here, the most prominent one. Then you got him up here. And all their eyes are all on him. This one over here. His big one. See. This fire one right here, in this fire. I mean, in this fire, and in this smoke is riddled with faces of spiritual, spirits of angels or what have you. Here's another one right here. He's a big one. And you can see his shoulders right here form around his head, which is another face up in there, but comes down all the way around here. And these are the eyes. Now, mind you, like I said, they have eyes, say for example, looking to the east or south, east from where I'm at, south and west. And that's what they're looking at. And you see this one right here, this whole big one is still looking like right out like that. And then you got him. It's something else. But the Book of Enoch explains these right here. The Book of Enoch do. And you can see this big giant face. Like I said, there's faces within faces. Eyes within eyes. But they are looking at him. See? This is what it's about. This is one big giant face. This is the consuming fire, and they make it up. They make up the consuming fire. And like I said, this idiot right here has no idea of what is looking at him. And they still don't. The plan to bomb the Move house was reckless, ill-conceived, and hastily approved. dropping a bomb on an occupied row houses house was unconsignable, and should have been rejected out of hand. Unconsignable. Here they go right here too with their little vest and little uniform, little flooding ass pants. They ain't never had no style. And look at all the damage they done for one group. This ain't no. Now imagine though, when you look at it, imagine had this been something like some army. Let's say if it was 100 chapters of brothers and sisters, stationed right here. I mean, right there in Philly at this time, and they were all called in. Chances are they might have not made it. These right here, they might have not made it. But this is one group that was in a house. Here we go again. Look at all this, the destruction. This right here is actually the result of when you stand up. They're going to make sure they use what they got. And that's their military might. They didn't give a damn who they hurt. But the shoe going to be reversed eventually. The hasty, reckless, and irresponsible decision by the police commissioner and the fire commissioner to use the fire as a tactical weapon was unconsignable. All for one group. All of this. It looked like Beirut or something like this around here. Look at this. Police gunfire in the rear alley prevented the escape from the fire of some occupants of the moved house. They wanted to keep him in that burning house. See, and now you wonder why 9/11 came, which was brung by their own, one of their own. Now you wonder why 9/11 came. See, they do all kinds of little dirty shit. It comes back on them. Look at this place. Nothing but destruction. This is what the enemy brings. His hands is filthy with the shed of blood. Filthy. See that? Whole neighborhood wiped out for one group. Not an army, you understand, but one group. All of this. This happened back in May 13th, 1985, people. All it is in Philly. Okay. By the time it was extinguished 4 hours later, 61 houses had been razed apart from a woman and 13-year-old boy who escaped when the fire started. Everyone in the move house was dead. This is what they wanted. The 11 deaths included Move founder John Africa, 5 adults and 5 children between the ages of 7 and 13. Despite investigations and formal apologies, neither the mayor nor the police commissioner nor anyone else from the city was criminally charged. That's what they do when they do their little evil, criminalistic, things. They're not going to find themselves guilty. In the word, in the Bible, it says that. That's what they're going to do. Commit crimes and they don't find themselves guilty for doing it. Reprobate. And that, I do believe, concludes a group called Move in Philadelphia in 1985. Some brothers right here, brothers and sisters right here, at least one brother, and sisters, standing strong still, you know. What else could they do? These are mourners. That's what they're. Mourners stand in front of the former Move headquarters as the funeral procession of John Africa passes. So they just raise their fist, you know, at the funeral of the founder of Move on that day. So this is another story where they overacted, you know, and you know, did the little military might. You know, one that might have slipped through the cracks because I didn't know about it. Matter of fact, when I first got wind of it, it was a sister on here called Nicole's View. She was the first one that I seen. She aired this, I think, last year sometime. You know, and so I did a little research and came across, you know, the story. And I figured I wanted to, you know, further the story, you know, for those of us that may have not known. You know, yeah, this goes in the history books with more senseless bloodshed that was, you know, shed by reprobates with their little military might, you know. And this was military might. Shit, when you start getting bombs and stuff like that, what else could it be, right? But these things right here, they keeping score. These right here, all of them, they watching, they looking. Check it out. Y'all look closely, you'll see what I mean. And when the Most High say, okay, it's time to turn the tables, flip things around, they ass gonna be the one on the skids, Jack. That's it. And that's gonna be forever. So, y'all tell me what y'all think about this situation right here in this story. It's an unfortunate story. But nevertheless, we must address the story simply because it goes in the history books of just, you know, a history book full of a bunch of injustices that occurred against our people. You know. Well, y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please share the video. Don't forget to hit the bell so you can be notified for more, you know, content as it drops. This is James, and I'm out. Peace. Have a good weekend.